Okay. How's it going? I'm back. Isn't that exciting? Yeah. Not sure how else to open this up. But yeah. Anyways, this is probably gonna be a relatively shorter stream. Like, probably an hour at best, maybe an hour and a half. Probably not gonna go for the whole 2 hours like I normally would. We're gonna ease our way back into regular scheduling, Mondays and Fridays. Hopefully. Lord knows I can't stick to a schedule for the life of me. Anyways, we're gonna catch up. I'm gonna talk about my trip to Japan, which I feel like I've mentioned maybe once or twice before I disappeared. Didn't really go into much detail about it, but that's okay. We're going to talk about what happened immediately after I got back from Japan, which was me dying. It was great. It was fun. I hated it. I'm not going to talk about that as much. I won't be able to show pictures very well on stream, so I'm just going to point you in the direction of my Instagram, which I've tagged onto my Twitch page because I posted all my pictures there. For some reason, Instagram likes to be stupid, and they only allow 10 pictures per post, and I'm like, why would you do that? You should do 20, because then I can add more. I had to be very picky about which ones I put on. We might leave, no, I don't know, we're playing Hollow Knight, so I'm literally just going to be doing the parkour thing again. So, I don't know what you want from me. We're not doing anything much. No, like, lore. Not that I knew it to begin with, but I'm just gonna do parkour and we're gonna chat. It's gonna be fine. But, you know, if you want to see pictures, I posted pictures on Instagram from the first time in a while. I don't go on Instagram, like, I go in, like, once in a blue moon kind of thing. I'll disappear for months at a time, and then I'll do, like, 10 back-to-back posts about something. But anyways, I gotta pause the music. I forgot to do that. That's important. There we go. But anyways, I'm gonna play Hollow Knight. I don't know why I sound so depressed. I'm not. Happy to play it. I don't know why I clicked that with my mouse. But we're just gonna be doing parkour and I'm gonna chat. We're gonna tell you all about Japan. Because it was interesting. I've always liked Japan. I've always wanted to go. So being able to go there in general for the trip, for like a significantly cheaper price than what going alone would be probably, was great. It was like I paid like $6,000, maybe a bit less than that, maybe around 5,000. It was some amount of money like that. I think I'm heading out. But for an initial price of that much, it wasn't bad. I could live with that. And granted, I had been saving up a lot of that money. And already, like, before I started paying for the trip, I only had like $4,000 in my savings, and like all of that went to paying for the Japan trip. And like I was obviously working throughout the year to pay for it. It was like $200 bi-weekly, and I'm like a month, and I'm like, this is awful. I'm so broke. By the time my payments were done, I had like less than $1,000 in my savings, and I still had to like pay for my car, which sucked because that was like $300 a month. And I'm like, this is exactly what I want to be doing with my life. I'm currently sitting with like it was here, wasn't it? Yeah. Um, I'm currently sitting with like now $72 in my savings. 25-ish dollars in my in my checkings. I'm a very broke boy right now. You know, I got no money. So, I know what I'm going to be spending my time doing. Working. A lot of working whenever I can. Um, uh, but you know, that's my end. That will technically the $70 like $79 or whatever is after Japan. So I had money before that. I I spent a lot of money in Japan. So in my defense, I don't know what my defense is, but in my defense, ow. Um, when did I lose whatever. Anyways, um, so I felt like, you know, $5,000, $6,000 pretty worth it for getting like a once in a lifetime chance to go to Japan. Cannot regret. Um, I'm really confused. Oh, there it is. Found it. I was trying to find this thing. Um, anyways. So, I'll just talk about the entire trip. Our flight in was at like 9. Not it was a layover flight, so it wasn't just one. It was like we went from Boston. I didn't want to read that. It was from Boston to Seoul. Yeah, Boston, Seoul, then Japan. So it was only 2 flights the first time. It was like luckily this time, instead of unlike when I went to Thailand, um, there was no volcanic activity happening, so I didn't have to sit in a plane for an extra like hour or so. So my flight to Thailand was like we still had to stop in Seoul too. That was 16, 17 hours long. Uh, luckily the Japan flight was or flight the trip to Japan, the long flight was only uh like 14 hours. Still bad, you know, real not fun, but definitely better than 16 or 17 hours. But anyways, it was like 14-hour flight. We had to book it when we landed in Seoul to our flight that would take us to Japan because there was like an hour layover. Not a lot of time. So we had like an hour window. We had to get through. I think we had to go through customs and stuff like that, but transfer over to to the next plane. Have fun. We arrived in Japan at like midnight or a bit before that. We arrived in probably like an hour, like 10, maybe 11 o'clock, because we had to drive an hour to get to our hotel, our first hotel. We stayed in 3 hotels the entire trip. Um, but you know, that was fun. It was like, by the way, it was like me and 5 other people, or students at least. It was me, 5 other students, and an advisor from our school. We traveled, or we did our tour with a different school. Can't remember for the life of me what school it was. Don't really care. I didn't really associate with them. I talked to maybe like 1, 2, maybe 3 at most of the students from the other school. But in general, I just kind of stuck to my own class or my own school and didn't associate with them. I mean, there was like one girl that was an anime fan or something. I don't know. I was like, I like anime and manga. You like anime and manga. We stopped at a manga shop together. I didn't buy anything, but I was tempted to. Also, apparently, manga shops in Japan also have like a bunch of CDs and like K-pop stuff in the corner. It was like 5 floors though. I'm getting distracted. This is later in the trip, but I'll talk about it anyways. There's like 5 floors. The first floor was like dedicated purely to the like the what's it called again? Gachadon? Gosh, the gotcha ball things or whatever. Not the claw machines, but you know, like those little gumball machines? It's like that, but for trinkets and keychains and stuff. That. I think it's like gotcha or whatever. But anyways, the first floor was like solely dedicated to that. The second floor was manga and, you know, manga and CDs and like K-pop CDs or music or albums or whatever you want to call it. Third floor was the adult stuff. I'm assuming it was figures and manga, but like, oh boy, we walked up there because we were like, I wonder what's on the third floor. We walked up there. We walked maybe like 5 feet, saw some suspicious stuff and some like covered up boobs, and I'm like, this is probably the adult section. We don't want to be here. We are teenagers, little baby children. We don't want no anime. We don't want that. That's not what we're here for. So we went back downstairs. But anyways, back to the beginning of the trip, because that was like second hotel kind of stay. Yeah, I think that was like second hotel, so like middle of the trip. Anyways, back to like the first night. We arrived at the hotel at like literally midnight. It was 12 o'clock, Japan time. So we arrived Sunday night, or so Monday morning. I don't know. Time is different and it's confusing. I'm not even gonna bother trying to think about the days. We're just gonna call it day 1, day 2, day 3. We're not thinking Mondays, Tuesday, Wednesdays, because that's confusing as hell. But anyways, we arrived. It was midnight. We went to like a 7-Eleven that was like maybe a little bit down the street. No, actually, we didn't go to 7-Eleven. I'm sorry. We went to a Lawson because that was the closest convenience store to us. We went to a Lawson because Japan's all about their 7-Elevens, Lawsons, and Family Mart. There is a bunch of, they love their convenience stores. They also love their vending machines. But, you know, I didn't actually get that many vending machines. Drinks. And it's only drinks and vending machines. I didn't see a single vending machine that had snacks in it, but that makes sense, I guess, seeing as they had convenience stores. And the convenience stores were everywhere. They were like your equivalent to the food vending machines. But anyways, so we went to the Lawson and we got food. something about Japan is that the price for food is significantly cheaper than literally anything else in their country. Well, that's a normal thing, I think. Kind of. I don't know. But what I mean by that is like you can get a full course meal basically from a convenience store, like a proper healthy meal too. You can get um like not just like cup ramen or something, but like a full salad or something. Um like a smoothie drink if you wanted. I got a smoothie drink at one point. I recorded like a video of like, cause like if you once you buy the drink, you can actually get drinks like a smoothie drink that like is still frozen fruit, and then when you purchase it, like you pay for it, and then you scan like a little thing, and then it'll open up, and then you like undo the lid, and you put the cup in, and it'll blend it in front of you. So it's like as fresh as can be. It's literally freshly blended when you buy it. It's also really good. But like you can get healthy food from from like the convenience stores there, and not like the junk stuff that's in the convenience stores in America. Um, like all I remember from convenience stores in our in the U.S. is just like you have your junk candy aisle, you have your soda drinks, you have your like coffee. Depends on which one you go to. I know Cumberland Farms does offer a bit more. I don't really go to well, I go to Cumbies for gas. I don't really go inside Cumbies. I've been in Mobiles more than I've been in Cumbies. Because there's a Mobile right outside my school. So like sometimes I'll just walk there, but like the Mobile is just like you got your soda drinks, you got your candy aisle, you got your like ice cream little thingy, um, you got the whole slushy, and if you're lucky, maybe there's like a hot dog thingy. Uh, it's like that kind of thing. But no, in Japan, it's just like there is the way they set it up in most stores is like to one side is the register, and then the other side is gonna be like a long wall along the side of the store going to the back, and it's just gonna be like start with like your onigiris and sandwiches and general like kind of rice things. All of them pretty healthy, It's like you can get like salmon, a standard onigiri, a pickled plum, things like that. Your classic onigiris and shit. And then you can get like sandwiches. I got like a strawberry cream custard sandwich at one point. Those ones that are like marketed all over the place. I don't know about marketed, but I see them all the time on my feed. It's like cut in half, strawberry things. I don't know. It's really good. Um, they got egg salad, your regular sandwiches if you want. Feeling basic. I didn't really get any basic ones. I got like the egg salads and but like you can get like all kinds of sandwiches. They have like a whole like area for like they heat your food. You can heat your food in the convenience store. That's something else I want to say. Because you can get like cold like meals, and then or the meals will be cold, and then like you can like when you go up to the register, they'll either there are two things depending on how the setup is. The cashier will either take your food and then put it in like a thing to cook it behind the register, or there was the Lawson that we went to the first night was the microwave. After you purchased your food, you can use that. And it had a little note. It's like, this microwave is powerful. Be careful or whatever. I was like, that's funny. But it was like, I knew Then you would go into your drinks. I got like a strawberry milk. I was expecting like your regular strawberry milk, but it had chunks in it. It had like genuine like just chunks of strawberry. It didn't really taste much like milk. I don't really know how to describe it, but it had chunks of strawberry in it, and actually that made me happy. I didn't mind that. I actually liked having the chunks of strawberry. I should have that in my strawberry milk more often, but like I had that, and then it's got like more of your like juice kind of stuff. It has some ice cream things, your smoothies. There's a little like down kind of thing for all your ice cream. I got a lot of ice cream mochi while I was there, like a bunch. Like every night, I was basically getting like convenience store ice cream mochi. I was like, this is so good. It tastes like the mochi part tastes like marshmallow in a sense. Well, it doesn't taste like it. It doesn't really taste like anything, but it's got the texture of a marshmallow, which surprisingly works kind of well with the ice cream. The first time I had it, I was a bit thrown off, but like it was good. I liked it. I do recommend that if you buy it, you probably eat it immediately, because every time I always saved it for last and I kept forgetting I bought it because I was eating all my other stuff. And then I'd be like, oh right, I have ice cream mochi, and so like the way they package it is like 2 little mochis and then a stick to stab your mochi. Uh, like a little stick and you stab it and then you lift it up and you eat it. And I kept forgetting I had it, so by the time I stabbed it with the stick, my ice cream was melted, because that's really what was holding it onto the stick, because the mochi does not keep its structure very well. Like, it is very soft, it's very squishy, very not going to hold its shape if you stab it. It will basically rip into a hole if you don't try. If you don't try hard enough. You gotta really fight to keep it in its consistency. So that's, you really gotta eat the mochi as soon as you get it out of the freezer or whatever it is, because that's really what you're stabbing into, is like when the ice cream's still frozen. When the ice cream's not frozen, it's very good luck kind of thing, you know. Um, um, anyways, I talked enough about mochi. So, we had our food, we went back to the hotel, we ate in, like, the lobby, and then we went to our first room. I was rooming with, it was, like, a situation where it was 2 people per room for the first 2 hotels. The last hotel, there was 3 people per room. We only stayed there a night. But, like, anyways. So me and, one of the people from my class. Keep in mind, I'm the only biological female in this group. I don't identify as a female. I am very much a genderless child, but I am the only female biologically. Everyone else was a guy. They all identified as a guy, too, so, good on them, I guess. I don't really know what that's doing for you, but, have fun. Anyways, so, I was like, my situation was a bit interesting. I had, like, the option to room with people from the other school, like, girls from the other school, but I was like, hell no, I don't want to room with people I don't know. That makes me very much uncomfortable, so I was like, okay, pick who you feel the most comfortable with. Can't guarantee it'll happen, but who would you be willing to room with? And I'm like, I picked these 2 people because I've known them the longest, or something or other. So I roomed with one of the people from my group. I think he was like my second choice for most comfortable. I don't know if I should be changing his name or not. I don't know how comfortable anyone is with being mentioned on stream. but I know if I try and change his name, I'm gonna forget that I changed his name, and I'm just gonna call him by his actual name. Hey, how are you? Oh, I'm doing great. I'm just talking about my trip to Japan. I feel like that was like a taunt or something. I don't know. We're just catching up. I haven't streamed in forever, because I had Anime Boston, which was very busy trying to get my cosplays ready. And then I came back, and then I had like a few weeks, not a few weeks, like a week. I didn't really do anything else. I was getting ready for my trip to Japan that was being off of school. And then didn't stream it all then. And I went to Japan. And then I came back and I got like heavily sick. It was awful. I was dying. This is my first time streaming in like a month. Glad to hear that. Thank you. How are you, by the way? You know, while I'm talking, how's your stream going? Honestly, I don't know. I've been like zoning out because like I'm just here to talk. I'm just doing Path of Pain, the entire time as like a way to just put what I'm doing as like a second thought, so I can just chat and do this mind-numbingly tasked thing for some amount of time. Because, like, as long as I'm chatting about something else and not really paying attention, I won't get angry at this, I've learned. Last time I did this, I wasn't angry either, because I was trying to learn the lore of Hollow Knight, and I did not know the lore of Hollow Knight. It was a very interesting experience, and I still don't know the lore of Hollow Knight, even after I've been told things. I don't remember any of it. Anyways. Do you play any other games? Yeah, I play, I guess it's like a variety streamer kind of thing. I am currently playing Undertale Yellow, not currently right now, but like, I am currently playing through, like, Undertale Yellow. I was playing, Danganronpa 3, still playing it, but I'm in the middle of V3 for Danganronpa. I typically stick to like 3 games at a time, bouncing between them until I finish the game, and then I'll move on to the next thing. I just put Minecraft. Well, Minecraft's fun. I like Minecraft. A lot of people are surprised by the fact that I've never like beaten the Ender Dragon yet. What's your fave game? I don't know. I have like a fave game series. Like, I absolutely love the Danganronpa series. It's got some questionable things. Despair Girls. But, you know, I really like that game series. So that's like a game series. I don't know if I could individually say like one of those games is my all-time favorite game. Because I also like Detroit Become Human a lot. It's like a really good game. Probably also one of my favorites, but I don't know if it's my top favorite. I don't think I've come across a game that I could really call like my favorite game that won't get replaced by something else within a year, because the way my brain functions is just like I will obsess over something for like some amount of months or less, and then I'll drop it. That's it. I don't know. I'm a very, what's the word? I can't think of it. God. Where are you from? I'm from the good old US of A. This state is a mess. Not state, but like this country is a mess. If given the option, wouldn't recommend living here. It's better than most, I'll give it that. But there are better places. Henceforth, using that as a transition, I give you the example of Japan. Japan is great. Compared to the US, we could learn so much from them, but we choose not to. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to talking about my trip. So the way they do the hotels is they are very small. The way they room in general is very small. you have very small amount of space for rooming in general in the US. Ah. Is your opinion on the US the same as mine? Maybe not, but you know, it's not that great. It's good, better than most, but it's not the best. um. Anyways, uh, this very small rooming. Like our for two people, it was like the beds were basically right next to each other. There was no like individual beds. It was like a platform holding them up, and then two mattresses. And then like a tiny little bit of room, TV in the wall kind of thing, like small TV, and then like the bathroom was a long hallway. We liked the long bathroom. We liked that. Keep that in mind. We liked that. It was nice. It was the bathroom, the sink, and then the shower. And keep in mind it was a shower. Nice. We liked the shower. You have a great potential and you deserve a follow. Ah, I appreciate the kind words. I also appreciate the follow. I don't know why the sound is always delayed, but I appreciate the follow. You're very nice. Thank you. I haven't actually looked at your name properly, I'll be honest, but Alice Stewart 90. Thank you so much. By the way, don't you consider using your artwork on your stream to attract more followers and viewers? How did you know I have artwork? And then it does a delay noise. I don't know about that. I mean, I did draw my profile icon. That was drawn by me. That's actually the icon on my Twitch page is I like to call it my mascot. Her name is Genesis. I have Depeche here. This is who my mascot's inspired off of. I say what the fuck. I got it from Anime Boston like 2 years ago, and I was just like, you're gonna be my mascot now. So I would love to help you out. Just trying to help me out in it because I'm broke right now. I was mentioning I have like $79 in my savings and $20 in my checkings. I spent a lot of money. But it was worth it. Like this coat, I got enabled very much so by one of the people there. Or one of the people I was traveling with. He's a really bad influence, but it was like the last day. By the way, it was Tokyo. The way we spent our trip, it was like 3 days in Tokyo, 2 or 3 days in Hiroshima, and then a day in Osaka. It was the last day in Osaka, and I found this shop that I really liked. It was cool clothes. This coat was part of it. It was pricey. I'd also like to mention, I left the way they have it down is that, like, you can get exempt from tax if you have your passport on you. I left my passport in the bus. It would have been significantly cheaper if I had my passport. I did not, so it ended up being like 20,000 yen for not just the coat. It was I got other things, another thing, one item. It was two items. It was like $135 USD. I feel somewhat ashamed to admit that, but also at the same time, I love it, so I'm not gonna complain. It was the last day too. I might as well. I needed to buy something for myself. I'm desperately trying to excuse my purchase, but like at the same time, I'm like, it's my money. Do you have Discord? I do have Discord. Very bad at keeping up with on any kind of talking platform. It's very fun. Anyways, yeah. So like this, so it's like 20,000 yen total. It wasn't not total, but like it was around 20,000 yen. Why does this thing go scratchy? But like, I got this coat. It's very nice. It's got like zippy things here. I can unzip this part of the sleeve. or this part of the sleeve. Um, it's got a hood. It is that kind of thing. I can't see now, but it's got, I don't know what the hell is written there. But I've got safety pin kind of cat ears. It's really nice. I like it a lot. I also got like a long sleeve kind of flary shirt. It's got like I don't know who. It's probably just like some, uh, just like typical drawing. Why is this like so scratchy? I don't even know if that's showing up on the actual Discord or desktop audio, but like that's really annoying. I can't touch the cord without it doing any kind of noise. And now I can't hear anything. There we go. That's great. I love that. I might just switch back to doing Bluetooth. Anyways, I got distracted. Can you drop your Discord username? I won't drop it in chat. I can message the chat and then you could whisper to me and I'll give it to you there, but I'm not gonna drop it in chat because that's no bueno. Prefer not to everyone to have my Discord. But you know, if you remind me towards the end of the stream, I'll do the thing so you can whisper to me or whatever. I don't know exactly how it works, but you can do that and I'll share it there. But you just gotta remind me. If not, I will forget and I will not give it to you. I have very bad memory. I guarantee you I will forget. Anyways, back to Japan trip. You say I can drop my... Do you really want to do that in that chat? I know there's like nobody else here, but at the same time, like, do you really want to do that? Because like, for a certain amount of time, this thing's gonna be backlogged. And that means for a certain amount of time, people can just like hop in and then see your Discord. I mean, that's on you. That's a you thing. You can absolutely do that if you want. I'm just like, do you really want to... I said where I'm from. I'm from the US. You really want to risk just getting random friend requests? I don't know. That's just a personal me thing. You can do whatever the hell you want. I'm not gonna stop you. Then it's affecting you, not me. So you know. Also, I backlog these things. Actually, you might not want to drop that. Your Discord in the chat, because I'm also going to offload this onto my archive channel. So that thing's just never gonna disappear. It's just gonna always be there. So you might actually, I'm gonna actually advise you don't drop it, and you just wait until like you can whisper to me, because that's not, because it's not just gonna disappear like Twitch normally does. It's gonna be archived, and it's not. I don't know how to edit very well, so it's not like I can just get rid of it, or like block it out on the archive thing. So I advise against it. I'm still saying you can do whatever the hell you want, but you might not want to. Yeah, you can. I'm not gonna stop you. You can do whatever the hell you want. You want to follow me on Instagram? You can do that. I'm not gonna. Live your life, man. You want to follow me? I'm not gonna stop you, and in fact, I will encourage you, because it'll probably help me somewhere. I don't know. Instagram doesn't. I show up there like once in a blue moon, and then I disappear again. But you know, do whatever you want. You don't need my permission, unless you're trying to like hunt me down. Then you might need my permission, and I'm gonna say no. But like, live your life. Very shit. I didn't do that. Very much free spirit here. Anyways, where did I leave off? Spent 3 days in Tokyo, 3 days in some amount of days in Hiroshima, and then a day in Osaka. The day in Osaka, I spent like $139 on a sweater and a shirt, but it was worth it because I like it a lot. I love it. I make really nice outfits with it. Stop reading that. Can you please follow me back? I will get back to you on that. I'm currently playing game, and my phone is off to the side. Not really going to look at that until after stream, so I'll probably do it after stream. If I remember. If not, I'm sorry. You might have to, like, remind me or something. I don't know when, but somehow. I'm sure you'll figure out a way. Like I said, I have really bad memory, but if I remember, I'll do it. I've made a lot of promises like that before. That's not holding up well to my repertoire, is it? Anyways, Last Stand Saga, I spent big purchase, didn't have my passport, it got more expensive. Very much sad, but very much worth it, so I guess I can't complain. Anyways, back to the beginning of the trip. So we spent our first 3 days in Tokyo. We really liked the room of the first hotel. keep that in mind. We liked the room of the first hotel. The breakfast that we got was like a box thing, like a cardboard box. It was, you know, like, it changed every time. Not much, but it changed. Like, one time we got a sandwich, or we, like, milled your own sandwich kind of thing. Second time it was, it was something. I don't actually remember what it was, but it was something. Okay, I'm waiting. It wasn't the best. The moral of the story is that the box breakfasts were not the best. They could have been better. But you know, it's whatever. So, the way they pace the Tokyo thing, because also I'd like to say that because compared to the Thailand trip, which I also went on last year, the Thailand trip, they paced poorly. They also didn't tell me, or I didn't know, or something happened, I was left out of the loop, that the Thailand trip was a service trip and not a tour trip or an educational trip. So I had to do manual labor in Thailand. I'm not against manual labor, but when I'm doing manual labor in the hottest month in over 100-degree heat and it's humid, like, Florida humid. Where was I getting holiday? When it's Florida humidity and it's over 101 degrees pretty much every day of the week, the entire time we're there, I'm not gonna be too happy. There wasn't like a single rainy day in Thailand, and I was dying of a heat stroke every time we went to do something. It was awful, because I have like the worst heat tolerance. I mean, it was fun. There was some fun things. Like, at one of the things we stayed at for the like, part of the service tour bit, they had like a whole like archery thing and a rock wall and shit. And that was actually kind of fun. However, we did do a lot of service labor. It was glad to help. Hate your heat. You should really turn down the sun. But anyways, the Japan trip was an educational trip, so no manual labor. It also wasn't very hot. It was seeing as, like, you know, Japan's farther from the the Mediterranean or whatever it is, the middle, the hottest area in the earth. It wasn't as bad, and we also didn't go in the hottest year or part of the month or year. The hottest part of the year or summer in Japan is like, I think it's like June or July to September. Probably like July to September, somewhere around there. Anyways, we went, since it was April, we like went like peak cherry blossom season, so that was fun. You know, all the people were going back into school. Sucks to be them, but you know, we went like peak cherry blossom season. I have some pretty good pictures of like a singular cherry blossom tree. Not a singular one. There was a bunch of cherry blossom trees. There was a really good one at like an open air museum that we went to. I forget the name of it, but it was like an open air museum of like a lot of historical but not like historical buildings, maybe historical buildings. It was like a historical town because it was like all preserved buildings, very fancy. But there was like one tree. We were a group and we were just like hovering around this tree, taking excessive photos there. It was funny, but at the same time, whatever. So we went peach cherry blossom season. That was nice. And it was not hot like the entire time. I did have like some heat moments, but that was just like from moving around a lot. There was one day, the first day we got in was like our first full day in Japan was like the hottest day we'd have the entire time. And that was like 72 degrees or 77 degrees or so. And I was like, not bad, but it was also like the hottest we'd get. The rest of the time it'd be like 72, 71, somewhere around there. What the hell is that? Is that a squirrel kind of quill? What is it? Quail! Is it a quail? What the fuck? Oh! What is its nose? No, but what is it? You should maybe want to like flatten it down a bit so people don't stab their finger. Or stab their eye out. Oh, okay. You know, that's good. I didn't know it was a hummingbird, but then again, I don't know my birds. Yeah. I'm literally just chatting about my Japan trip and doing this in the background. I'm probably not even gonna do it for the whole hour. Or not whole hour, 2 hours, but like maybe like an hour or an hour and a half, so I have time to like do other things. I guess. You know what? After this game? Yeah, no, like I said, after stream I'll see if I remember. I'll most likely do it, but like there's like the 1 or 2, maybe 5% chance that number kept going up. That I'll forget, but like I'll do my best to remember. But anyways, what were we talking about? Right, the weather. Yeah, the first full day was the hottest we'd be. The day we left, it finally started raining, even though whenever I looked at the weather, it was like, oh, it might rain today, you know, there's chance of showers. And I'm like, you lie, I didn't have rain the entire time until we were in the airport. You know, I wanted some rain in Japan. I don't know why, but I really wanted it to rain at some point. It didn't, but I wanted it to. We did have an earthquake at one point. It was a minor one. I didn't really react to it much. I felt it happen. I was awake when it happened. But like, it was at our second hotel. So in Hiroshima. But I was like laying in bed. We were done for the day. I was just laying in bed, chilling on my phone. I think I was like trying to finish watching the same video over and over again. Well, not over and over again, but I was like, I had one video that I started watching at some point, like at night, after a day doing our stuff, and then I just kept falling asleep and then resetting the video because I was like, I don't remember the end of it. I should go back to where I remember and then keep trying to watch it. And I did that the entire trip. I just couldn't. I don't know. I couldn't. I just couldn't, you know? Anyways. Anyways. So we had an earthquake at one point. That was fun. It was like I said, it was a minor one. Everyone like freaked out when it happened. I could like hear from my room, everyone in the hallways, or everyone from like my group and the other school especially, because there was like 20 students from the other school. There was a lot of them. It was crazy. But like they all went out in the hallways like, did you feel that earthquake? It was crazy. I'll be honest though, like, the earthquake didn't scare me. What scared me was the alarm before the earthquake. That that thing was, like, that startled me genuinely. I was not expecting an alarm of any kind to go off, so when the thing was like, beep, beep, or whatever, hey, there's an earthquake, I was like, holy crap, an alarm. And then the earthquake happened, I was like, oh, look, an earthquake. My priorities were very interesting. If that was a worse earthquake, I don't know what would have happened. But, like, I tend to react poorly to the things that are probably more important, and then, I don't know. I'm getting sidetracked again. Back to, like, the beginning part of the trip again. I'm trying to think about what to talk about next. I could start talking about differences between Japan and the US that I noticed. Yeah, I guess we can do that while I try to remember what I want to talk about next from the actual trip. Sorry, from the news. So, what to talk about first? Let's start small. So, at one point, the government of Japan, or whatever, took away all of the people's trash cans. That's, like, the general, like, summed down, really not the whole story, but the general gist of it. But they took away their trash cans. And they never really gave them back. So there are no trash cans anywhere on the streets of Japan. You won't find one. There are none. You have to really look if you want a trash can out in public. If not, you're just gonna have to go home and throw out your trash. Cause, like, there's also no trash in Japan either. The streets are, like, completely clean. They religiously sweep up their leaves, and that's about the only thing that'll be on the ground. It's just the leaves. But they clean that stuff up too. They don't want no leaves, they don't want no trash, they got nothing. They want clean streets, and they got clean streets. It's very clean there. It's very hard to find garbage in Japan. Or just on the ground or whatever. Unless, you know, they're cleaning out a trash can. That is out in the wild. Anyways. So very clean. It's also, like, the safest country there. It is basically the safest country in the world at this point. As far as I'm aware. But compared to the US, where you'll find so much garbage anywhere you look, no matter even if it's not in Boston, I find trash on, like, the side of the road all the time, and I'm like, this is normal. You know, this is normal. This is the US. You will find garbage everywhere. The next thing is also kind of small. We're gonna, like, slowly escalate up. You know how, like, at least I see it a lot, but, like, people that drive in the US, you know the white lines that, like, are typically meant to stop, be where the cars stop at, you know, like, at, like, crosswalks, or intersections, or just general stopping areas where there's a stop sign. You know, you typically stop at the white line that's on the road. I don't know if that's just, like, some parts of the US kind of thing, but that's where it is, so I'm gonna use it. And it's like, everyone's always over that line. They're never behind it. They're always on it or over it. I'll admit sometimes I'm over it too, because I just, like, I'm bad at driving. I didn't want my license anyways. I have it though, and it sucks. I will never not complain about that. Anyways, you know, in Japan, everyone's, like, a mile behind that line. I didn't find a single person that parked on or in front of that white line. Everyone was behind it. They were very much they also very much give space to one another. They space their cars out, like, excessively. Like, I'll use my hands. In the U.S., you got to keep some distance, obviously, because if somebody crashes in behind you, you don't want to crash into the car in front of you. But in the U.S., it's like, I'm trying to find like an object that I can use. I'll use it. It's like car, space, and then another car. There is very little space in between the cars. And then so it's like this much space between each car in the US. And then you go to Japan where it's like car, and then car. So if you want a better visual of that, the space between each car is like this wide. They put a lot of space. They don't want to risk nothing. They are very safe drivers. I can imagine that trying to get your license in Japan is a lot harder than trying to get it in the US. Because it's just like, they are generally a lot more cautious about being safe. Which, gotta appreciate. They're also big on crosswalks, so, no jaywalking. They don't like jaywalking. You wait for the crosswalk to turn green. You wait. There's crosswalks everywhere, and you will wait. You can't go to like a place like, it's not like New York where you just cross the street and then you live with people honking at you. Speaking of honking, you won't hear any honking in Japan. It is rare for that to happen, and it really only happens if somebody's having a really, really bad day. Like, they are generally like patient people. They won't honk at you. They'll just wait. There's no angry honking in the middle of the night. You can have peaceful sleeps, not to worry. I also like to say that living in Japan in general is really cheap, I've been told, from like one of the tour guides. If you get an apartment, it's affordable living. You can live comfortably, like paying your rent and, having a lot of money left over, or fair amount of money left over from your job. You can afford to live in Japan. Unlike, I think New York's a good example of this. You go to New York, you can get a crappy ass apartment, really tiny, even smaller than the ones in Japan, for half $500,000, like $500,000 a year or something like that. I don't know how apartments work very well. I don't know how renting works. Well, I know it's not like $500,000 a month, but like, it's like very expensive. You can't afford to live. All your paychecks are going towards your rent. You barely have money for food, unless you have like, you're rich. Also, I'd like to say that the USD currency exchange between that and yen right now is amazing. Like, 1,000 yen in Japan is like $6 USD, which compared to like pricing of things is really good, because like a lot of things will just be like around 1,000 or under 1,000 yen if you're getting food, at least. Pretty much if you get food of any kind, it's gonna be under 1,000 yen guaranteed, unless you start adding a lot of things up. Like, I went to a cat cafe at one point during the trip. Me and a group of, like, my group and some people from the other school. We went to a cat cafe. It was like 770 yen for the actual like cafe experience, and then like some amount of money for the drink, because you can only drink at a cat cafe, which makes sense. They don't want the cats eating the food, so you can't eat there, but you can drink there. But like, got drinks, and that's when it started to go a little over 1,000 yen. And like I only bumped it up higher than that because I got like a little like kitty plush, and I'm like, I love this, I'm getting it, and I got it, and it was great. I love it, and it's sitting in my room. But you know, a lot of food that you get in Japan, it will be under 1,000 yen, pretty much. So basically, you can get a lot of your meals for free, not for free. Yeah, a lot of your meals for under $6 USD money, USD wise. I think just American money is right now way too powerful in Japan. Or that kind of currency exchange. But anyways. Did I always find myself broke? No, I was like, because after like the first hotel had a currency exchange in the hotel lobby. I couldn't find a single one after that. There were like no others. Ow. Like I was actively looking for a currency exchange after we left the first hotel. There were like none. It wasn't until like not Osaka. I don't think, at least. Might have been like second day in Hiroshima. I had to rely on my card a lot, is what I'm saying, basically, because I brought a lot of money, or I brought a lot of physical cash, but I couldn't use it because I couldn't convert it. I'm like, I have limited card. I don't want to use card. I want to use my cash. And so, you know, oops. That was fun. They really should add up. You know, they should add more money conversion rate. They're converters. You know, if you're gonna have vending machines at every corner, you should have money conversion things at every 5 corners. Or just at least one close to the goddamn hotel for once. There was never one close. I was very desperate. I found I found like 2 cash conversion things the entire trip. It was the one in the hotel, and then there was one I found in a train station before we got on the bullet train to Osaka. That was it. Or maybe it was the train station after we got to Osaka. I don't know. It was somewhere around there. Long story short, they need more money conversion things because I kept trying to find cash, but I didn't have my cash. I couldn't convert my cash. I was in a weird state of constantly broke, but also very much rich. I have a lot of coins that, like, left over. Because, like, on our last night in Osaka, or our last night, which was in Osaka, we just, me and, the guy that, enabled me into getting the clothes was like, let's just gamble, you know? Let's just gamble. So we went to, like, an arcade, thing, and they're all about, like, their claw machines as well. They really like their, the Go-Go-Con things and the claw machines. So we decided to gamble all our remaining 100 yen on claw machines. So that's what we did. We eventually, like, as we were going along with the claw machine thing, one of the girls that were working there, or one of the people working there in general, she really wanted us to win. Like, she really wanted us to win. Because, like, the way they set up the claw machines is that they'll just put, like, one item, instead of, like, overflowing the claw machine with a bunch of different options, they'll put, like, one item of what that claw machine is offering into the thing at, like, any kind of place in the claw machine. And you just gotta try and win that one that's already out. So what she did is that, like, originally it was just like whenever we finished an attempt and we failed and whatnot, she would she would like open the thing up and reset it, so like it was easy to grab. It was an easy to grab position. And then it moved on to, eventually she grabbed one of the plushes that were on like the back wall of the claw machine and like pulled it out and like set it up so that it was like the plush that we were trying to get was on top of the other one that she pulled out, so it was like stacked. And it was just, she really wanted us to win, so she'd stack them so like it'd be easier to like grab and like it'd have less time to like try and fall as it was like being pulled up and stuff. And she also set it up so that it was like stacked on top of each other right next to the box that like the box that it would, you had to drop the prize into. So I was trying to get like this puppy thing, I don't even know. And it was like plush that I wasn't trying to win on the bottom, plush that I was trying to win on top, half of it hanging over the edge to get into the into the hole that you win the prize in. And like she really wanted us to win because like even if our attempt then failed, she like reset it to make sure it was like easier like to knock it in. Eventually I'm gonna call him the enabler right now, but like the enabler, he actually did win his claw machine prize because I learned a way to actually get it to work better instead of just trying to claw at it and then do it with it just having less time to fall. Is like you try and knock it in. Originally I suggested like just hitting the button and seeing if the claw can knock it in with like gravity, just like hit it and then see if gravity will do the rest. That didn't really work, it kind of knocked it back, but she reset it so it was back to the way it was. And then I realized, too late because I was out of money at that point, but I realized instead of trying to grab the one that we wanted, instead we should be going for the one that's underneath it, because then if we grab the one that's underneath and pull it up, gravity will make the other one just fall in. And that worked for him, for the enabler. For him, you know, the one that I was with. That worked for him. And you know, I was really sad because I realized it as soon as I was out of money. So I couldn't do it again. But it would, I keep thinking back, like, it would have worked if I just didn't realize it too late. I would have been able to, probably win that thing. It's probably a good thing I didn't, because I was like, I had no space. I had, like, very little space in my luggage. I had to buy a bag in Japan while there to be able to get it. Or to get all my things home. Because I bought a lot of stuff. Compared to Thailand, I was very stingy in Thailand. I didn't buy stuff until, like, a night market where I remembered, oh crap, I didn't buy anything so far, and I have to get souvenirs for people. Literally, souvenirs were a last-minute thought for Thailand. I was like, I was not thinking about it at all. I was like, hey, this is a night market. I'm sure I can find things for people here. And then I just kind of got things that I thought people would like. I was very stingy with my money in Thailand. Which was really not necessary, because I had more money then. It was Japan that I really should have been stingy with my money, but I didn't. I went all out. I bought a crap ton of stuff. But anyways. So you know, like, the guy I was with, he got his plush. I didn't, because I was out of money, and then we had to like book it down because we were in like a place where we were at a Donaburi, like the like food street of like Osaka, It was very fun. We went on me and him went on a Ferris wheel. It was great. So we had to like book it down because we had to be back at like the entrance to Dunnabury or whatever at like 6. I think it was 6, and we were really gambling. We spent a lot of time there. Like, we had our food. We had like takoyaki, and then we looked around for a bit. I bought my clothes. I spent a while there, and then we went and did the thing that he wanted to do, which was the Ferris wheel. It was like when we got off, it was like 5:30ish, somewhere around there, getting close to 5:30. And like when we finished our Ferris wheel ride or whatever, we were actually scared that they weren't gonna let us out. Cause like the way it went, it was like we got on the thing. It was like a Ferris wheel that went up like this and then down. It wasn't like circle. It was but like the way it was set up, it was on a building. It was like one of these like, it was like everything store building kind of thing. But anyways, it's like you sit down, you get on the thing, you get latched in, and then the thing actually turns. Like, we're facing this way towards the store, and then you sit down the latch, and then you go a bit, and then you turn, and you face out towards the glass thing, and then you can actually see what's going on in the streets, and then you go up and down, and, you know, all sorts of fun. But, like, when we finished our time on the Ferris wheel, we were scared that they were gonna send us off again, because we hadn't turned back until, like, a bit later than we originally thought it would happen. We thought we were gonna be turning around immediately, but no, it didn't, and it was a bit delayed, so we're like, oh no, they're gonna send us again, we gotta get off! Because we had a time to meet, we wanted to gamble. So we were, like, starting to panic, but then it turned around, and we were like, oh, thank God. But anyways, so we did that. I got some, like, candied fruit. Candied fruit's okay, I'll be honest. It's not the best. It's like, I got, like, not just, like, candied strawberries or whatever. It's like, I got, like, the variety one. Had, like, candied grapes, candied oranges, candied strawberries, and whatnot. It was good. I liked it. It was very hard to eat at times, because it's just one, it's like a kebab kind of thing, but at the same time, the candy's constantly trying to fall off your fruit. So I'm just, like, trying to not drop my candy, and also not drop my fruit, and also try and eat my fruit, and also try not to get my fingers sticky. Because, like, fingers sticky big. There's candy. Oh my god. Did you know talking so much would give you hiccups? I didn't. This is weird. Am I good? I don't know. I didn't know if you talked that much, it would give me hiccups. I've never talked that much in my life. I talked for 2 hours, but then again, I have, like, pauses in between. I've been doing a lot of just, like, straight talking. Not many pauses. Anyways, so, like, it was very hard to eat, but it was good, you know. I probably wouldn't have it again. It was only 200 yen. So that's, like, $1 at best. But, like, you know, 200 yen, it was good. I probably wouldn't get it a lot, or, you know, I'd rather try other things and whatnot, but, you know. And then so basically we ran. After we gambled, he won something I didn't. It was a sad day for humankind. But anyways. Oh crap. What's something else I could talk about? I got reminded of something and I wanted to talk about. I was talking about something for the donut bar thing, and then I forgot what it was, and I don't remember anymore. I don't remember. Let's just move on to another topic. The second hotel we stayed at, the way they did it was poor. I'll be honest. They had very little room for us to like be able to open our luggage in the morning and such. Like the first hotel, you had space to like open your luggage on the floor or whatever. The second hotel did not have that. You also had to take the card out every single time you went into your room. For the first one, it was like a tap thing, and I was like, I could do that through my phone case because I put like the way my phone case the one I took to Japan, it was like a wallet kind of one because I was like I didn't want to lose stuff. But it was like I slipped it into like this little pocket, and for the first hotel, I didn't even have to take it out of the pocket, and I could just like swipe my phone against the card reader and it would work, and I'm like, hell yeah, that's great. Second one, not so much, because also it was really hard to take the card out a bunch. So I was like struggling to take the card out because I had to insert it and not swipe it or scan it. So that was fun. But you know, the way they set up the room anyways, so there's no room, not really any room to open your luggage in order to get things out of it. The beds were once again just like one platform and then 2 mattresses or whatever. Push the mattresses away, of course. I feel like it was a bit harder to get into bed sometimes. Because, like, unlike the first one, like, you could put a fair amount of space between the 2 mattresses, so it was easier to walk between them. The second one, not so much. Also, like, the bathroom. We're gonna get back to that. The bathroom. There was, like, no room whatsoever to move around. None. It was like, bathroom, sink right next to it. That sink is overlapping into the tub. It's not a shower or anything, it's just a tub. And you know, no, it's got, like, the shower heads and stuff, but, like, it's a tub. So, like, whenever you went to go take a shower, it never happened to me, but it happened to, like, somebody else that was in my group. It was like, whenever he went to go take a shower or something, he kept, like, kneeing the sink. He, like, kneed it multiple times on accident or whatever, or something like that. And I'm like, that sucks. I personally didn't have that problem. But at the same time, why would you put the sink so it's overlapping the tub? What kind of smart decision did you think that was? Because it sure wasn't smart. So apparently... No, it was like the same size, but the way they formatted it was awful. It was like the same size room, but different formatting. And I'm like, geez, you could have done that better. But anyways, you know, didn't like the room of the second hotel. However, that hotel had breakfast. Not the box breakfast. Proper buffet style breakfast. It was great. Like, I had a balanced breakfast basically every morning we were in Hiroshima. Like, I had eggs, I had my sausages, or hot dogs or whatever it was. I had like miso soup. I had rice and fish, or like katsued fish or whatever. That's what they called like breading and frying your food or whatever, your meat or whatever, katsu. So it was like katsued fish or fish cakes or whatever they wanted to call it. And then rice, and then like croissant bread or sweet bread or whatever, like orange juice and such. It was very good. Like fresh fruit. like the first breakfast there, they had like broccoli and like meatballs or whatever kind of thing, like sausage meatballs. I don't know, but it was really good. Anyways, like the last day there though, we had like this like strawberry something smoothie or strawberry pineapple. I think I don't know. It was a strawberry something smoothie, and it was so good. And I'm so sad I only got like a cup of it. Actually, no, I think I got 2 cups. 2 cups of it. But it was like so good. I'm like, this is amazing. You should have been serving this every day. But you know, there was cereal. I never really get cereal, but it was just really good. Really, so basically, what I would have done so far is, um, taken the hotel room from the first hotel, and then just kind of combined it with the breakfast offerings of the second hotel. You do both of those together, and you'd have a 5-star hotel, in my opinion. I don't mind that the room is small, as long as I am able to access my luggage, and there is enough space between our mattresses that I can differentiate the fact that there are not one bed. I'm fine. Prefer not to sleep with another person. I'm very much a loner in my sleeping. In my sleepies. So that was nice. Anyways, the third hotel was like I don't know. It was made for 3, so it was obviously more spacious. I liked the design that they had. Maybe if I had to take anything from the third hotel, it'd be like the aesthetic and design of like the rooms and like I guess the outside, because it had like a little deck, and I got like a picture of it. It was very pretty. I liked the deck. It was nice. But like they had like this little like window that like looked like a traditional like Japanese house window thing. I don't know how to describe it. But it was very pretty, and I liked it. And you could like turn on and off the light, and it would look like, you know, whatever. We liked that. We liked that. It was very nice. So if I'd do anything, I'd take the design of that with the bathroom from the first hotel, or just the general room from the first hotel, and then with the breakfast of the second hotel, and then just combine, merge them, and I'd be happy. I mean, they each had their pros and they each had their cons, I guess. So, you know. Why are you crying, baby? My kitty screaming, crying about something. Don't know what. Being a real cry. Anyways, what else is there to talk about? Right, there is still more on just the comparisons alone. I think that's what I was gonna remember to talk about. Probably not. So I'm gonna start off by saying that if you are homeless in Japan, honestly, aside from like the fact that you're probably sleeping somewhere uncomfortable, it isn't that bad. And it's affordable. There's affordable living anyways, but like there's also very few like homeless areas. I think I saw like maybe one area where people might have been homeless, and that was very, very small, and there was very few from what I saw, especially in Tokyo, which is like a big city kind of thing. But you know, if you are homeless in Japan, I feel like when people are very generous, they are willing to like just like give you things. They will give you money. I'm sure if you ask, you'd be like, okay, here you go. They're also not. They do not like keeping change. They don't do tips in Japan. They don't like keeping change. They will hunt you down and chase after you if you accidentally leave change at any kind of store that you buy your stuff at. Like they'll be like, "Sir or ma'am or excuse me, you forgot your change," and if you don't hear them, they're gonna chase after you, being like, "No, you need your money. Take your money back. Take your extra money," because they don't do tips and they don't do change, or they don't do keeping change. So, you know, you will always get extra money back. But anyways, oops. Like, Chapri? Confusion. Hey, hi, how's it going? Anyways. So I feel like I've personally never been homeless in Japan, but if you were homeless in Japan and the fact that food is really cheap, if you go to like a 7-Eleven, you can get a full meal, healthy and everything, for probably like under 1,000 yen, which is basically under $6. It wouldn't be that bad. Aside from the fact that it'd be like mildly uncomfortable to sleep probably, and you know, summer would be kind of annoying, and probably winter as well. But like, other than that, it wouldn't be that bad. Sorry, keyboard mistake. How are you? I'm doing pretty good, thanks. I'm just like talking about my trip from my school trip to Japan or whatever. It was very fun. I very much liked it. How are you doing? But anyways, on to the next topic. Stealing is not really something that happens in Japan. They're not about stealing. There are many like police stations around that like are there to keep the community safe, and they work. You know, that works. Cool, I'm fine. That's good. Like, if anything is going to get stolen in Japan, it is most likely going to be an umbrella or a bicycle. Those are like the most likely items that are gonna get stolen in Japan. If you lose a phone or a wallet, that thing will be returned to a police station. I actually lost my water bottle in Japan. I don't have it back. It's not like I could stop and get it. I left it at a train station when going from Hiroshima to Osaka. And there's like, oh, well, crap, can't get that back. Actually, the commissioner served up. That feels awkward. I don't know how you're gonna sample them, but also I'd like to express the fact that I am currently broke poor. I have $79 in my checkings and like $20 in my savings. No, wait, I did that wrong. I have $79 in my savings and like $20 in my checkings. I hope you know that even if you sample anything, I'm not gonna buy anything. Because I physically cannot. I have no money. But anyways, I spent it all in Japan. Where I leave off. Losing stuff. Right. I lost my water bottle in Japan. Never gonna get that back. Gonna have to buy a new one. I'm more sad that I lost the stickers than I lost the actual water bottle. But still. Cause like I had my whole like bee vomiting honey sticker. I mean, I had an animal pen to that, but I got a free sticker with it. And I had in my gay okay sticker. I liked my gay okay sticker. And there was another one that I remembered and forgot again, but it was also important to me, and I'll probably remember after stream. But anyways, you long story short, if you lose a phone or a wallet, it won't get stolen. It'll get returned to a police station and it'll be found. You're more likely to lose an umbrella or a bike. last thing I think for comparison-wise that I want to really bring up is that last year in Japan, their death rate was 6 people the entire year. And it wasn't even murders, it was like casualties. 6 people. It didn't reach the double digits. 6 people is like an average morning in Brooklyn or something. And they're all gonna be murders in Brooklyn. Maybe, I don't actually know. I don't know what the crime rate there is. But, you know, those kind of places, murder, it's all gonna be murder, it's gonna be in the morning, and there's still gonna be more deaths to come. 6 people for an entire year. That's crazy. And none of them were murders. They were all casualties. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I'll read what you've been saying in a second. 6 people! We lose like 10 times that in a year here in America. Because we have guns! No, wait! Japan has guns too! They don't, I'm sure they do, I don't actually know. But I'm pretty sure they do! Did you say 16? Oh, wait, no, I mean, I mean like over like 1,000 times that. Over 1,000. I forgot how times tables works. Shush now. Not 60. Like probably over 6,000 deaths a year. What is, I'm looking this up. I don't know why, but I'm looking it up. What is the death rate per, this isn't gonna put me on a watch list, is it? Here in the US. Holy crap. Well, that's actually not that bad. Okay, so according to the Center for Disease Control and whatever, deaths and mortalities, is that counting the COVID? Is this just in general? So, okay, so data for the US. Here, why don't I just pull this up? Here, we're gonna look at this for a second. Everybody pay attention. I already put it away. Oopsies, hang on. Everybody pay attention, okay? For the data in the US, the number of deaths is 3,464,231. Yeah, I understand. Okay, I can make a logo for you for just $70. I don't have $70. Well, I do, but I don't. How much can you easily pay me? Nothing. I have no money. I'm so sorry. I have no money. Anyways, the death rate per 100,000 population is 1,043.8. I don't know where that 0.8's going, but that somebody's gonna get cut in 8s. But that's per year. It's 3 million. The 3 million. Over 3 million. That actually might be true. Actually, hang on. Mortality is 2021. Hang on. Huh? Pre-COVID. Yeah, hang on. Okay, give me a second. Per year in the US, pre-COVID. This is an article. I don't want that. How many deaths in the year pre? No. Here we go. No, wait, that was with COVID. 2021-22 was COVID, wasn't it? we'll just go back to that one. We're just gonna assume it's fine. You know, whatever. Okay. Wrong thing. Right, because I changed the search. We'll go back to this thing. Leading number for the number of deaths for leading of causes of death. Oh, okay. Also, I'd like to say that the life expectancy is 76.4 years. In Japan, it's like over 100. If you go to if you like live in Japan, you're expected to live for like 100, and I don't know what it was, but I'm gonna say like it was like way over 100. Or a fair amount over 100. I'm like, damn. Nice, I think. I don't know. I mean, granted, a lot of these are going to, like, that. Also, these are only diseases. This isn't talking about murder. Murder to homicide rate during 2022 was 0.00, 100% decline from 2021. I wonder why. There was a pandemic happening. Nobody really had time to murder anybody. But, like, 2019 was 4.99. 2020 was 6.42. 2021 was 6.81. You know, currently the number of homicides, murder, and unintentional killings is cataloged standard about 18,600. Okay. So it's not that many deaths are coming from murders, but there is still a far heavier amount of murders happening in Japan, not in Japan, in the US compared to Japan. So, you know, what you gonna do? It's safer to live in Japan. That's the long story short of it. You could be homeless and it'd still be pretty nice, probably. Not luxury, but definitely not bad. Another thing, public transportation. We're probably gonna quit after this. Actually, let me just go to chatting. Why not? We're gonna chat. Public transportation is a privatized thing in Japan. So like those trains, because a lot of transportation's done through biking, walking, or train. There are cars, obviously, but you know, you have your preferred methods. Train, walking, or biking. But anyways, train stations are very much a privatized thing. So those things are expected to be on time and leaving the station on time as well. Like, they are never late. Those things are held to a standard, so they will not be late. They, like, physically cannot. Well, no, they can. They physically can, but they will not. But, so, like, trains are always on time when it says that they're gonna arrive. The bullet train that, I don't know about any other train, but the bullet trains that we went on is, like, you have a minute to get on, basically, and then it's out of the station. It's easy to get on in a minute. I don't know why, but the other school really stressed getting on quickly. And I'm like, dude, it's a minute. You have plenty of time. It's not like there's gonna be a crowd of people actively trying to stop you from going in. It's gonna be like, people go out, you wait for them to go out, and then you go in. It's not that hard. I don't know why they stress them so much, but, like, it's whatever. Because they had, like, us do drills that the other school had us do like drills, like, okay, we're on this on like this pathway. Show us how quickly you can go from this side of the pathway to the other. And I'm just like, dude, it's fine. I just walked and I got there just as fine. They had us line up at one point, and they're like, okay, from this area to this area, we want you to speed walk or run or whatever to the other area, and we're gonna time you. And I'm like, this is a waste of time. We're gonna be fine. They were really stressing it. Like, so they were like, okay, go. And I was like at the end of the line, and I'm like, I'm walking. I'm doing normal walking. And they're like, no, you gotta speed walk and stuff. And I'm like, it's gonna be fine. And they're like, you say that, and I'm like, I know that. I'm not gonna jinx it, because a minute is more than enough time. And like when they did the time thing, like I ended with everybody else, and it was like 15 seconds. And I'm like, you guys need to chill. Anyways, I gotta check about that. Long story short, trains will always be on time compared to the US, where oh, I never actually transitioned then. Sorry. Compared to the US, where a train could arrive 20 minutes after when it's supposed to arrive, because trains are never on time in the US. And also, all the hospitals are privatized, so trying to do anything in a hospital is gonna jack up your price, and you're gonna be paying like $1 million for spending 3 nights somewhere and getting like minimal treatment. Unlike in Japan, Japan's thing is publicized or not privatized, so you know, being able to go to a hospital is actually affordable and it won't kill your bank account, and you don't have to rely on insurance to save you as much as you can. You can. I remember watching a video, not like a video, but like those stupid YouTube shorts that was like giving birth in Japan compared to the US. And it was like in Japan it was like you gave birth, you stayed there for like 3 or 4 days, maybe more. They gave you full meals, they helped take care of your kid while you were there. You stayed there overnight, obviously, all that stuff, but they gave you like proper meals. And it was only like I think it was like maybe I want to say like 50 or 60,000 yen, maybe a bit more than that. And then you go to the U.S., you spend like 3 days giving birth or whatever. Not 3 days giving birth. You give birth, you spend 3 days in the hospital or whatever. You get mild food, and then they charge you like $500,000 or $1 million. I don't know. I've never really been to an American hospital, but it was like that was the video. It was something like that. Long story short, the price staying in a hospital in America was a lot more absurd. Because they tack on so many like extra bills. Anyways, I've basically talked about all I can think about right now. I'm sure there's more that I want to talk about, but I've forgotten, and I'll mention some other time. I played a bit of Hollow Knight, made no progress whatsoever. I'll save. Do that. Actually, I don't even need to save, because I didn't get anywhere. Well, no, I'll probably save anyways. But anyways, don't worry about it. I'm literally just walking to the bench, so you don't need to worry. I'm failing at walking to the bench, but I'm walking to the bench. I assure you. You're not gonna miss much. Oh shit! What the fuck did I just do? Sir, I think I just did a spell. I don't do spells, so I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna like end it here. I made no progress whatsoever in Hollow Knight, but I really just kind of wanted to talk about Japan. So you know, it's whatever. Yeah, I think we've covered everything. We'll hopefully be back to normal scheduling come Monday and such. Probably do a proper 2 whole hours. We're probably gonna do Undertale Yellow. You know, finally deal with fucking Saroba. She's been pissing me off. I really suck at her boss fight. But anyways, we'll raid in NG Live. You know, I don't think there's really anything else that needs to be covered. Talked about Japan. Talked about what I'm going to be doing on Monday if nothing goes wrong. I don't have any more trips until like July. Yeah, I think it's July where I go to London. But I'll probably remind people about that, so I won't be streaming then when we get to July. It's a few months away. April, May, June. It's like over 2 months. It's fine. It's whatever. Anyways, I don't have anything else to talk about, so I'm just gonna send a raid to NG Live Plus. And it's gonna be great. Have fun. Bye bye. I didn't even pull up the ending tab. Bye bye. Have fun. I don't know. Bye.